Wow, that's fast. Sean, good to see you. I just clicked live only. Yeah, very good evening to everybody. Okay, all right, everybody come here now. Tonight will be a short live. Today is a strong day for me. So I just want to quickly just engage everybody. Follow up with a lot of Q&As that were asked today during the daytime, and after we'll call it a day. Okay, so today we'll try to do it really quickly. So just come in very quickly or give a thumbs up, and we're good to go. Okay, now let's see who say hello. Okay, Daisy White, good to see you. Okay, good to see you. All right, more. Okay, wow, so many people. Good to see everybody. Come, everybody. Okay, Ming Hao, Kok Yong, ABC, LJ, good to see you. Jian Ming, good to see you too. Nathaniel, good to see you. Did I pronounce it correctly? Alvin, Xiaowei, Alan, okay, Siulan, okay, sound good, video good, wonderful. Okay, Paul, good to see you too. Wilson, good to see you. Atan, good to see you. CY, good to see you. Oh, CY, the Hong Kong CY, right? Good to see you. Okay, Kim Hok Pik, yeah, good to see you. Very good learning lesson today. Wow, great. Okay, yes, Kyra, how many of you were there today during the talk? Okay, during the mastery course. Would be great to get some of your feedback. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, good to see you today, right? Mr. Lu will ask us for a like. No, I asked for a thumbs up. That's not a like. Okay. Yeah. Me. Okay. Yes, Derek, good to see you. Now, for those people who are there today, oh yes, thank you. Please give me a feedback. So someone said, finally get to see you in real person. You look more handsome in real person. Thank you. Edwin said, Kate, singing is good. Thank you so much. Okay. Yeah. Mr. Lu and Mr. So is full of energy. Thank you. Okay. Ivy, me. Come give us some feedback. I'm really very appreciative of all the energy everybody have. Yes. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. Mr. Lu, you shook hand with everyone like training for Kate Lu's wedding to greet guests. Thank you. Okay. I think I shook hands with almost everybody. Them latecomers, I didn't have a chance to shake hands with them. Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Okay. Thank you. I thought it was a very very nice to engage everybody. As you can see on stage and on live stream is two different person. Okay. The energy, the interaction is very different. I hope you all can feel that way. Okay. And really appreciate everybody joining us, having the faith that you all come in. Today we learned something very special, right? For those who come in, you all learn there's something very special. That's a privilege for people to attend the course because we haven't figured out the some of the intricacy behind. Okay. Yeah, but I think we discovered something really big. Your skin much better in real life. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Okay. I told everybody so. Mr. Lu is very handsome in person. Thank you so much. Oh, I didn't say. Okay. Yeah, I like your polo tee. Yes, this is the same shirt. I haven't bathed yet. Yeah, I come back, take dinner. We celebrated our mates, our helpers' birthday, and after I just fall flat and died on the bed for a while. Yes, and later I gotta do my walk. I'm short of 4,000 steps. Yes, thank you. Okay, Mr. Lu looks better in real person. Thank you so much. I thought it okay lah. Yeah. The face the looks require has a lot of hard work in it. Yes. From Malacca, Gary, thank you. Okay, Gary, I thought you mostly in JB. Yeah. Okay, Element Master, thank you so much. Okay, I'm just gonna. I don't have time today. Please continue. Please give a thumbs up. I don't have time today, so B is so pretty in real life. Thank you so much. Thank you. Yes, thank you so much. Okay, thank you for all the. Yeah, we just want to look young again and share with everybody that it is possible. And even at 50 over years old, we can still look young again. Okay. Yeah, Mr. Lu, young again product really worked. Thank you. Okay. Yes. All right. Okay. All right. Thank you. Oh, you went there. Okay. Must try Auntie Lee restaurant. Auntie Lee and this another restaurant called Pei Zhan. Okay. Try these two in Malacca. So, okay. Let me go quickly to the live stream. I'm going to just do maybe 20 minutes to do some Q&A. This Q&A come from the course itself. There are very important questions that were asked, but unfortunately, I don't have enough time to answer all the questions, and so did Mr. So. There's just 200 word questions, so we are trying our best to clear it. But I think these are very important questions that everybody can learn from it, whether you attend or not attend the course. And we're going to try. I'm going to try to answer some of them today. One of the big questions I will preempt everybody is that the EPF is returning 5 to 6+%, 5 plus to 6+% for so many years. Okay, how come the CPF cannot give such good return rates? And there's some flow-on questions for this. I will attempt to answer. So this topic is not just relevant for our Singapore audience; it's relevant for our Malaysian audience as well. Okay, the snacks today very good from Lim's Kitchen. Wow. Okay. We did tell the boss, and the boss really appreciate everybody's support. Okay, so everybody continue to give a thumbs up, please. And you know, I really need your support in this. I don't have time, so I'm just going to start. And the more thumbs up you give, more people can benefit from it. Okay, so let's start, shall we? Okay, let's go. Today I don't really have time. I'll just do it quickly as possible. And let's go. Okay, let's go. All right. Okay. All right. Cool. So, all right. Okay. So, wait, let me see whether I can get this thing up. Okay. Give me a minute. And, all right. Okay. So, okay. So this was me sitting there. Okay. And of course, we have an audience about close to 600 people. And how does B keep so slim? We only hear Mr. Lu sharing. Well, you know what? Another day I'll ask her to share with everybody. Okay, Chilin, good to see you. So I'm gonna share everybody about the first of all, you know, a little bit of flavor of today's course that we run. We have 600, well, close to 600 people today, and the auditorium was almost fully packed. And thanks for coming down. And maybe this picture will give a better view of the entire size of the crowd. And this was Mr. So Chin Hing giving the talk. Okay, this was Kate Lu, by the way, and Kate Lu was the master of ceremony. I'm very proud of her today that she did really well as the master of ceremony, and she sang a little song for waiting for Mr. So to turn up. Okay, and of course this was Mr. So teaching, and I also spoke as well, and we did a lot of Q&A. So today I'm going to attempt to cover more Q&A. Everybody, please continue to give a thumbs up. This is this. Again, I need to put a usual disclaimer that this content is for education and entertainment, not financial advice. And let's go, okay? I'll cover about 10 questions, and I would like everybody to pay attention to these are what I think are quite important questions. That we have got 200 over questions. On stage, we probably cover 50 to 70 questions. There are still so many questions unanswered. But anyway, so someone said this, we understand the compound interest is always important. What are some of the investment vehicles you can recommend us to squeeze the max out of the compound interest? Now, I think it is very important for us to realize this, that when we talk about return rates, we must also look at the risk and volatility. You cannot say, oh, you know, return rates are very high, but you don't look at the risk, okay? And then whether you can stomach the risk, that's very important. So I give you, what is the instrument that can give the highest return? Anybody, okay? Anybody, what is the instrument that can give the highest return? Let me tell you, Toto, 4D, give the highest return. I don't know how much it costs right now. I think you can buy a Toto ticket for maybe $1 or $2. I don't even know how much is it. And if you strike, can be, wow, sometimes 10 million, 12 million, that kind of thing, right? So the return rates are very, very high. But why don't, but using this, you will understand, as this example, that very high return doesn't mean we should go for it, because you didn't look at the risk, right? So I just say this, the risk of Toto is very, very high, because most of case is, you know, to strike this is one out of, I don't know, a few 100 million, something like that. So the chance of you strike is near zero. So the risk is very, very high. Now, when we look at S&P 500, the chances of it having a lot of volatility risk, and as a result, you will react wrongly in those times, is very high. So So when you look at instrument, you must always look at the risk in terms of volatility and the risk of what I call a jiba boom risk. Okay, a jiba boom risk means everything you put in completely gone. Now things like S&P 500 and Nasdaq, all this, I think the jiba boom risk is very low. But there'll be huge volatility risk. Sometimes it go as high as 50, 60% downtime. And it can last for many years, and not many people can tahan the kind of risk, right? But if you can tahan the kind of risk and volatility, and I need to remind everybody again, not everybody can take that kind of volatility. But if you can, you can reap something like, some 12 to 15% return, very, very high. So the answer to this question is, first, you need to look at yourself. How much risk can you tahan, right? How much risk can you manage? How much volatility can you manage? And for some people, I think it was Christopher Tan from Providence. Is a very wise man as well. I think he said it before, that some people should not touch investment, because you can't take a risk of it going down. The risk, the stock go down by 5%, 10%, you cannot sleep at night, you feel like dying, the kind of thing. So can't. So not everybody is suitable to handle investment vehicles that has there's risk. So in short, for some people, CPF very good, 2.5% return. You can easily achieve that through voluntary housing refund and so on. And your SA also return 4% if you have not maxed up your FRS and things like that. For some people who can take some of this volatility in a huge way, well, no, you can think of a more stable return like bonds and some of these things. And of course, then you can go up to equities like S&P 500, MSCI World Index, Dimensional Fund, and so on, right? And Nasdaq is also something you can take a look at. So it all really depends on volatility. Everybody continue to give thumbs up, please. Okay. So this is a very interesting question. Mr. Lu, what about having to pay for US tax and US depreciation with the sale of S&P 500? You think you'll still be 8%? Because I think in the talk, I actually said that I gave a planning assumption of 8% return. Now, in all fairness, you have seen some S&P 500 return. We achieved 14% that kind of return. And that's because we crash buy and the return rates are very high. But I said, let's plan for long term, minimally 8%. I think, most of us will assume that I can achieve it. But the question is, if you factor US tax and US depreciation with the sale of S&P 500, will still be 8%. Now, this one is very important. So the question here I need to emphasize is two parts. US tax. Now, when you buy and sell S&P 500, okay, unless you buy it rapidly, buy, sell, and make it like a daily trade accounting. Well, for most people, the US tax doesn't apply because capital gains, there's no capital gains tax for S&P 500. So let's say you buy at $1, sell at $2, that $1 profit that you make, it doesn't attract a tax at all. The US tax comes in when you have dividends. Okay, when you have US dividends, let's say S&P 500, yes, a certain dividend very small. Okay, and then your dividend tax is about 30%. So it's a 30% of a very small number will turn out to be a very small number. So not worth to keep. So tax doesn't come in the picture here. The only problem is that when you have estate duties, that one will come in a big way. So if you Kong Ka Kiao and you KKK and meet your maker, then those S&P 500 will come in a complex way. So I would suggest people would to take up position in non-US domicile assets. Okay, I think Endowus has some of them. Endowus and some of them, and I'm quite sure in some other this kind of apps, that you can buy some of them as well. US depreciation is a very interesting question. The US depreciation situation only come now. Well, don't forget, right? If you look at a time horizon of let's say about since 2011 or 12 until now, actually US dollar didn't depreciate. It's just that it was at a low of $1.22. It went all the way up to $1.40, and now come down again, right? So the US depreciation really depend on which point do you buy, right? So will the US dollar continue to go down? Yes, I do think so. I think it's because the Singapore dollar is very strong. But I think the Singapore dollar is heavily pegged to a basket of goods where the US dollar is a big sum. So I think the US depreciation is going to be there, but I don't think it's going to be a big number. Okay. Okay. So someone said this. Thanks, Mr. So and Mr. Lu, for interesting, informative seminar. Glad to have met your supportive family too. Thank you so much. And I really appreciate everybody going there today. It was a great session. Now, this and Don, please continue to give thumbs up so that people can get to watch it. Is HDB a asset or liability? Okay, and it's a follow-on question to look at for net worth calculation to include HDB worth or not. So first of all, no, let's ask everybody: do you think that your HDB flat is an asset or a liability? Come on, everybody. Okay, everybody. Sean, very good to see you. I want to see everybody. I type the word asset or liability. Okay, so I want to see everybody give me an answer. I want to see how much everybody know whether you refer it asset liability. Okay, Joy say asset. Go on, go on, go on. Come on. Okay, asset, asset. Jian Ming say asset. Okay, go on, go on, go on. Asset, asset. Okay, wrong S. Good to see you. Asset. Go on, go on, go on. Come on. Okay, asset liability. Asset, asset. Asset. Wow, so many people think of it as an asset. Wow. Okay. Neither liability, depends. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So I think about 80% of people consider an asset. Okay. So I'll just say this. Now, generally, a definition of an asset is something that put money into your pocket, and a liability is asset is something that gives money into your pocket, and liability is something that take money out of your pocket. Okay, so in that sense, it all depends, right? So if you have fully paid up your house, it fully pay a house, and at the very minimum, it is not a liability. Then if the thing continue to draw money out of your pocket, then it's defined strictly as a liability. And an asset is when it puts money in your pocket. Now, however, in a broader definition, right, HDB asset also help you to have some appreciation in value, which you may not be able to, you may or may not be able to realize the value, but for sure your beneficiary, which is your children, okay, will have a chance to realize that value. So it is a loose kind of asset, I would say. So it's not strictly a liability. Over time, it can become an asset, but less to you, because it's very difficult for you to realize you got to stay in the house and things like that. So I'll consider it, broadly speaking, both, but it depends as well. Okay, so I would consider mainly a liability when when you're still paying for it, and but in a loose and broad speaking, it's an asset, but the asset is a value that you cannot realize until you KKK. For net worth calculation, do you include or not include? Well, it depends. Net worth is for your own personal satisfaction. I would include it. To know that this is really your worth, and it's a feel-good factor, and sometimes it's important to feel good as well. But if you're calculating it to really try to see where you can realize it, then I will exclude it, because you sell, you stay where, right? So I think it's something for your own reflection. Okay, I would personally say that include it for your to see how much your net asset is worth. Exclude it if you want to see whether how much can you realize it. Okay. So how to ensure safe investment of someone's OA and how to go about it? So the emphasis of the word is safe. Wow. Which means that this person really generally cannot take risks. Okay. Now, if you can't take risks, there are many options right now. Okay. So that you can put into the Singapore SSB, Singapore savings bonds. You can put into some of the banks. Banks doesn't allow. Some of the T-bills will allow it as well. Some of the instruments, there are instruments. I'm only familiar with the Endowus one. I don't know which other robo-advisor or equivalent have funds like this. But the money market fund that some of them offer do give 2% return. Okay, they are called a money market fund. And I need to declare that I am a shareholder of Endowus, but I do put money in those things. It gives 2% return, which is not bad. Okay, which is not bad. So if you want to think of safe, then don't touch equities, okay? Because equities are not safe. This is where the most interesting question is. Okay, and I just want to say this. There's a I was surprised to see that there are actually so many Malaysian PR in Singapore working. And then this question came out quite a bit, in not just on online when it came out during a talk, but it also came out in person. Many of them came and asked me in person about EPF versus CPF. So yeah, that was the meow from Chong Chong. Boy, want to come here, say hi to all the uncle aunties? Okay, sorry. Anyway, all right. Okay, so interruption. Okay, interruption. Just Aiyo, why you so tete? Why you so tete? Yeah, every night come and disturb me in my live stream. Okay, say hello to all the uncle aunties. Okay, yeah, short leg say hello. Okay, so anyway, it's a very nice feeling to have to have cats and dogs. Okay, yeah, I only have cats. So anyway, thank you and sorry for the disturbance. Okay, yeah, I'm sure you know he's give a like for Chong Chong, please. Yes, thank you. Okay, thank you. And let's go back to the question. So sorry, guys. Okay, this is called a it's not commercial break, but it's a feline break. Okay, and let's go. Okay, so there is a lot of people, and this one is general knowledge for everybody. The EPF return rates are very high. 5 plus%, 5+% to 6+%, whereas our interest rate for CPF is only maximum 4%, and in the ordinary account is only 2.5%. So question is, why is our interest rate not as high? I think there are largely two reasons. Okay, number one is that the Sing dollar is actually stronger than the Malaysian ringgit. I think everybody will agree with that, right? So because the Sing dollar is stronger than the Malaysian ringgit, therefore, it's logical that the interest rate will not be as high. So I think that's point number one. And I think we'll also agree that the credit rating of Singapore government asset is probably higher than the Malaysian government asset. So that's answer number two. But I think there's a fundamental difference because the EPF is not a fixed rate. It depends on the investment returns of the EPF fund managers. And I have a chance to meet the former EPF chief investment officer. It's some Dato Siri something. I can't remember. I have a discussion with him, and they are really very good fund managers. And invest in assets that use a very good return. Where in the case of CPF, they generally issue issue in terms of government bonds, right? Very low return assets and things like that. So I think there's a fundamental reason. One take risk and one take a very low risk, okay, or even no risk kind of thing. So if the risk profile is different, then return rates are rightfully different as well. Now, question right now is for Singaporeans, can we go and invest in the Malaysian EPF, right? The answer is no, right? Unless you're working there and consistently contributing EPF. You cannot just suka go there and open up one EPF account. Cannot, okay? And I think when you reach 55 years old, they really want you to take your money out already, okay? So there's a lot of complexity in there. But for Malaysians who are PR working in Singapore, where you have the best of both worlds, okay? You have CPF and EPF, and you can afford it, invest in both sides. The EPF returns rates are super, super high and very strong and consistently very strong. Where the CPF in Singapore give you some level of stability and security. So you get the best of both worlds, right? Now, to be frank, right, if you only $100,000, where will you invest in? Of course, I'll put into EPF, because your parent currency is the Malaysian ringgit, and the EPF, even with the depreciation versus the Sing dollar, it will still be higher because it returns such a high rate versus the 2.5% or so. Okay, so I think for PRs, you really get the best of both worlds. You should put money predominantly more in the EPF. I think there's a limit of 100,000 ringgit. Don't miss that out. Right, this is one of the best gift the Malaysian government has ever give Malaysian. Now a lot of people say, wow, Malaysia, got political instability. There's some corruption somewhere and things like that. I'll just say this: the Malaysian EPF has survived through Asia financial crisis, 2000 global financial crisis. How many change of prime ministers, the 1MDB saga and things like that, and still could return such a high rate. So I would seriously encourage all the PRs to consider taking advantage of both. Okay, all right. Next, okay, this is a good question as well. There are people who plan their retirement through passive income from dividends from local bank shares. Do you think it's a good way to get passive income, or to spread across different shares? Now, I want to say this. Okay, there's a lot of people who only invest in DBS, OCBC, UOB. And what is worse is they only invest in DBS because DBS seems to be doing well. And it's true that historically, DBS have been giving very good return rates. But the question right now is, I think the question right is whether you think that this is a good way to consistently get passive income. Now, I would say this: your first count of passive income, in my opinion, should be the CPF Life. CPF Life return rates are very strong. Today, we were in a course, Mr. So Chin Hing helped us discover that EPF interest rate was even higher, right? Even return rates were even higher than we thought. Okay, so that part, I'll find another time after I do some calculations to make sure. But do we want to have concentration risk at your retirement? What if something were to happen, right? You put into one and something were to happen. So at our age, I don't think we can come back anymore. So I will still say diversify. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Next one. What criteria should I set my net worth? It's a very good question. Super good question, this one. Okay. Should it be 1 million, 2 million, 5 million, 10 million, 1 billion, 100,000, 200,000, half a million? Wow. There are lots of criteria, right? So I think this is a very good question. So I will just answer in two ways, okay? First is there must be a subsistence level criteria, meaning that, minimally you must set a criteria that your net worth will carry you through retirement without hunger, without hunger, without struggling with basic subsistence, okay? So is that number 2,000 a month, 4,000 a month, 3,000 a month, 5,000 a month? I don't know, okay? But minimally you should set yourself that criteria, okay? That set yourself a criteria to achieve subsistence. Very important. That means able to feed yourself, okay, and carry on living, at least to keep yourself alive all the way until kingdom comes for you. Now, a lot of you, especially in Singapore, are way above that level. Okay, then what is your criteria, right? So this way, again, I bring in a very wise man. He taught me this, and I'm still reflecting on this one, because I think it's important everybody know this. Your life goal your life goal will define your financial goals, and not the other way around. It's not that you should set a financial goal and then change your life to follow a financial goal. I must confess, even myself, a part of my life, it was the financial goal that set my life goal. But I think it's very important, right? What do you want to achieve out of your life, especially in the later part of the years? What do you want, right? For some people like me, we try to achieve many aspects, right? We want to be good in our family, good in our looks, good in our health, and everything. And our business do well whatsoever, okay? But I think it's important for us to, let's say, if you say that I want to be able to travel once a year or twice a year for the next 20 years of my life after retirement, I want to be able to drive a car, I want to be able to make sure that my finances are all okay whatsoever. So these criteria then then relate. Now you can calculate them backwards, right? To travel twice a year costs how much? Then to have a car costs how much? You know, all this. Then you find out what that net worth should be, right? Don't work the other way around. I think it was a very wise method. So Chris Tan is a really wise man. I think it's really important for us to realize that. Next. I'm in my mid-40s and wish to retire before 65. CPF Life, before CPF Life kicks in. What would you advise me to invest in so I can bridge the cash inflow after I stop working before CPF Life starts? Okay. Now, this question I'm going to answer abstractly. Don't retire. Don't retire. Okay. Now, you want to retire because you probably, maybe you have got some, issues with your health whatsoever. Or maybe you're just very sian, very tired of your work, right? That basically your work is not really enjoyable. So you're in the wrong job, okay? So my encouragement, I've seen that many, many times. People retire and suddenly stop doing anything meaningful and gainfully employed and things like that, financially enriching kind of job. Their health and their cognitive health, okay, and their physical health just go down very, very fast. And in time to come, they just KKK. Yeah, they just see the maker. Don't stop working. You can half your work, 1/3 your work, change the nature of work whatsoever. Okay, earn less, but don't stop working. That's a very important thing. And what you want to invest in, okay, will then be decided by what you need versus whatever your new job would be. Yeah, Jian-Ming say, my mom and dad still working at age of 74 and 69. Wonderful. Wonderful. My dad is still semi-working, okay, part-time working at 87 years old. That's amazing, right? So please don't stop working. However painful, however unpleasant it may be, your work really keeps you alive, keeps you meaningful, engaged, give you some life goal. Please don't stop working, okay? So this is the end of my Q&A. I can take a few more questions, and then I gotta do my walks, and after that, then we can see you tomorrow, because today Xiong day for me. For those people who know, I went to have the course, and for those people who missed the course, I don't know whether if you are ever keen, I can set another one up. Today we have got wonderful, about close to 600 people attending our course. I think most of people, if not all of people, had a wonderful day, right? So who was there today? Right now, who was there today? I hope you all benefited tremendously from it. Okay, let's take a few, about 5 minutes of questions, shall we? Just 5 minutes of question. Okay. Yes. Okay. Reducing work is better than stopping work. I totally agree with you. Do not stop working. Okay. Do not stop. I never seen people, not say never seen. I see a lot of people once they stop working. Yeah. A lot of things just go down in their life. Okay. Okay. So, Mr. Lu, as you were saying, EPF is a good high percent. Can I ask why don't you consider Indonesian FD and other investment scheme? They have higher return than Malaysia EPF. First of all, Malaysian EPF is not open up for anybody. It's only open up for Malaysians. Okay, so people like us cannot just put money in. There are a lot of currency with high interest rates, and that's largely because the projected value of their currency falls. Yeah, so versus a Singapore dollar. So I wouldn't be too optimistic about it. Okay, me and hubby, time well spent. Thank you, CC. Life-changing course today. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Assuming I've invested, ladies and gentlemen, don't say you. Even me today, when I attended, I thought I know everything. But today, Mr. So Chin Heng just issue one tip that I think will change my life also. One financial tip, even for me. I am supposed to be the part of the coach, but I became, I became a student as well today, right? So for those people who are there, you know what I mean, okay? Assume I've invested US stocks for 10 over years, would like to liquidate all the stocks and convert all USD to USD. Beside the conversion affecting currency value, any other change in taxes on transferring? No, I don't think so. As long as you have already paid for your dividends. Okay, Mr. Lu arranged for another course. I've missed the previous session selling. Okay, anybody who wants the course to continue, I can try to arrange, but let me know. Okay, me and my brother were there. Great learning. Thanks for organizing. Thanks for coming. Okay, I appreciate it. Mr. Lu, can someone work full time and part time with an employer? Any moonlighting rules? Well, it depends on your company, right? Depends on a company, and really, is something that you all have to negotiate your company. Mr. So show us the kung fu. Yes, okay. Looking for the next Saturday session. I think it was really good. Yes, after that revelation, everywhere I heard during a breakup was top up, top up, top up. It was a big revelation, life-changing for me. Don't say for you guys. Yeah, okay. He even taught me things I don't know. Thank you, Mr. Lu. Thank you, Mr. Lu. We enjoyed the talk and learning today with my wife. Looking forward to part 2 next week. Okay, thank you. For those people who we're not opening another course, but if you're interested to let us open our course to educate everybody, we're happy you share. Mr. Lu, when is a good time for a couple to go for second BTO, upgrade to a bigger one? Or that's a good question. First of all, don't wait until too old. Move house very, very xiong. Painful, man. So I'll say that above 50 years old can forget about moving house. Damn painful, physically painful, okay? And the second thing is I would suggest to everybody that, if your house is very, very old already, if you can get a BTO to, to renew the lease in that sense, then I think that's meaningful. Don't do it while you're too late, while you're still physically fit, because house moving is very painful. If you were to advise, would you top up CPF SA to hit FRS later, or allow more years to catch tax rebate? If your tax bracket is very high, I will encourage you to top up. But if your tax bracket is low, which most people are in Singapore, then quickly top up your CPF SA. I never bother about the tax savings, okay? Even though my income was fairly high then. If do part-time business, can do voluntary contribution. In addition, if you have your own company, you can contribute salary yourself. But if you are doing for another company, then you can negotiate a company. What do we learn today? Okay. So this little part I can share you, but there was a bigger revelation which I think I'll keep it, because if I oversay it now, something bad will happen. Maybe CPF will change the rules whatsoever. Okay. But one very interesting thing is I just found that if we right now, my projection is if I were to put money into ERS, okay, and top it up to full, and by the time I'm 65 years old, can you get $3,000 plus? But if I delay every year, and let's say I delay all the way to 70 years old, every year that I delay, the payout increased by 7%. So it's 7%, and then multiply by 7%, multiply by 7%, multiply by 7%. The compounding power at the end of that 70 years old is increased to almost $5,000. So actually, that to me is very clear. Go for full ERS already. $5,000 there. And if I go to Malaysia, that $5,000 times 3.5. What's $5,000? Okay, $5,000. $5,000 times 3.3. Let's say 16,000 ringgit, and me and my wife together combine 33,000. How to finish spending 33,000 ringgit a month? Very big amount. Yeah, huge amount. It's almost a no regret one. Okay. Yeah. So yeah. Okay. Very good learning. Benefited a lot today. Thank you, Mr. Low and Mr. So. You can still live stream after such a long day. Energy level. Without my ginseng, I cannot do it. I'm not. This is my sauce. Yeah, without my ginseng, I got no energy. Later, I gotta still clock my steps. I really gotta end it soon already. Okay. Yeah, another 3 minutes. Mr. Lu can share tips that you get just a shot. I already described already. Okay. Mr. Lu can fill up both EPF and CPF for PR. Yes. I say again, just fill up both to full if you can. Powerful 四大天王, thank you. Mr. Lu, do you encourage investing in those insurance life saving policy? No, I don't. Are you still wearing that Young Game Polo? Yes, this is a Young Game Polo. Everybody saw the Young Game Polo I wore today on stage. Right? Do you like it? Yeah, it's a Young Game Polo. Can conduct the course online. I think it's mainly for the Malaysian, right? I'll see whether I can create a course for Malaysian, okay? Because there'll be EPF centric. I'll give you my perspective, because too many negativity about your EPF. If there are no course, will compel my children to attend. Thank you. Very insightful how CPF work. Well, thank you, Margaret. Okay. Mr. Lu, tax bracket at 18 to 19%. Yes, it's high. It's very high. Okay. Eat, look, unlimited. Yes. Can share teachers. I reach share. Thank you, Mr. Lu and Mrs. Lu and Kate for putting in such effort in organizing a financial course. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Okay. Yeah. With I should tell the ETF will recommend besides S&P 500. Well, any globally diversified index, MSCI World Index, Dimensional Fund, and NASDAQ whatsoever. You mentioned about hair supplement just now. What hair supplement is the MSN? It is MSN. Today, so many people in the course came to me and said where's my MSN now? Okay, they took the MSN supplement. MSN supplement 不懂放哪里? Give me a minute now. They took the MSN supplement and a lot of baby hair come out. So I was very surprised. Okay, a lot of them came to us and MSN. If you want, you have to reserve. You have to pre-order because there's a queue. Okay, yeah, MSN reservation. Okay, yeah, it's a hair supplement. It's amazing. Okay, yeah, you can put this up. Okay, what's my outlook or goal? I don't know, man. Goal very difficult to decide. If someone passed away taking CPF Life, what happened to the balance? If they use up all, then nothing left. If they haven't used up all, some part of it will pass a request. Yes, thank you so much, Mr. Lu and Mr. So and team Lu. Oh, it was so good. The course was so good, so good. Looking forward to next week. Thank you so much. Yeah, MSN is for men and men and ladies. Very insightful session today. Okay. Thank you so much, Mr. So, all supporting staff. And I was on night shift working until morning, then going for this course. I thought I'll be zing off, but the energy and powerful sharing and the teaching stimulated me to go through it. Thank you so much, Angie. Okay, thank you so much. You can see me on stage and see me on live stream or video is a totally different person, right? Okay. Yeah. If do part-time business can do, okay, I think we answered the question. Okay. So Jian-Ming say the MSN supplement really work. I just cut my hair before. Wow. If not, be a wildfire. Okay. Yeah, we'll try to open up a second course. If we can, I could get some dates from Mr. So. Probably not at such a big scale. Today, 600 people. Wow. Like, I was very happy shaking everybody's hand. But I think I almost shake 600 people's hand. I was very happy to know everybody. Okay. Thank you, everybody, for coming. Okay. This is where I got to say sorry. We'll end the live stream early today. Okay. Yeah. Who wants to be a millionaire? Right. So, government give you money, take or don't take. I always shout this phrase. Okay. Yeah. All right. Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, everybody. Thank you so much, everybody, for joining us. Tonight, I'll stop and I'll go for a short exercise. And then after that, I still have some other things to do. And then I'll try to sleep early today. Yes. Okay. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, everybody. Thanks for joining us today, my live stream. And of course, also thanks for those people who attended our course. Even I have a life-changing experience there. Don't say you guys. Okay. Yeah. All right. Thank you. Thank you so much. Okay. Thank you so much, everybody, for joining us. Okay. Thank you so much. And I'll see you tomorrow. Okay. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.